What's up, guys? It's Daniel, also known as Sadowski. I'm leader of Team Royal, but also sponsored by Just Play Gaming and AMS Computers. Um, our main goal to help out AMS is to get them promoted, get our name out there, and all around reach that professional level.
Man, this guy is like 10 steps ahead of me.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to introduce the show. Anyways, welcome to another episode of Let's Just Play. I have Daniel here. I assume that he is the team captain for JPG, am I right?
That is correct. We also got Buddy over here on my side that's going to be co-leader. Say if I couldn't make an event, he'd be able.
Alright. So, what made you decide to go pro?
Well, my cousin got me into competitive gaming back on SOCOM, back on PlayStation 2. Ever since then, I just liked the competitive atmosphere. I love first-person shooters, and I was just hooked. And went really big in SOCOM, but it really didn't mean anything because no one ever played PlayStation 2 online back then. So SOCOM died in PlayStation 3, and I switched over to Call of Duty back in COD 4. And ever since then, I just love Call of Duty and the atmosphere of it and how fast-paced it can be.
Okay. So you're a professional FPS gamer?
Semi-pro.
Semi-professional. Gonna get up there to the higher
Oh,
professional level?
Well, you have to reach a certain amount of pro points before you can consider yourself a pro at that.
Come on, you gotta be a little bit more enthusiastic about that. I mean, you've gotta have a goal somewhere.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm sure you do. Well, it's nice meeting you, Daniel. Again, this is going to be our head for JPG Royale. Catch them around. They're going to be in our tournaments. We're going to be holding a Black Ops 2 tournament, and these guys are going to be the heads. So if you guys can come down and beat them, which I highly doubt it, they look pretty good. I've watched them for the past, I want to say 4 hours now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they come down here about twice a week just to come down here and practice on the game. I strongly recommend anybody who's out there that likes playing Call of Duty come in, play with these guys, and see what you got. You never know, you may learn a couple of things. Pretty sure it'll teach you.
Oh yeah, definitely. If we see something that you guys aren't doing or whatever, and you guys want to come and learn, we'll even help you out with your class loadouts, when to rotate, when to overextend, when to pull flags, how many are down, pulling flag routes, and all that, etc.
Alrighty. Well, Daniel, I'm going to ask you to take a step down. Talk to you again later.
All right.
Bobby, right?
Chris.
Chris. Alright. So, Chris, same questions. Why'd you go pro?
That kid.
That kid.
I
I don't know if our audience can see that kid,
yeah.
but we'll see him
teammate,
eventually.
you'll talk to him in a second. I started right in Black Ops 2. I was actually a pub stopper. And he was in the competitive gaming, and he kept constantly giving me crap for it. And started watching the streams, MLG Anaheim and all that, and I noticed how much recognition they got and how fun it looked, so I just got into it, and right there, he taught me everything I know.
Okay. So what are your main fortes in the game? What do you like?
What do you mean? Like,
Well, as far as playing your class loadout, sniper, assault
Sub.
rifle, soldier, sub.
Explain what you play and how you play and what your role is as our team.
Yeah, what is your main role in your
I play OBJ. Back in Black Ops 2 when they had CTF, I would pull flags, stay in the hill, and all that. Now with Ghost, if Blitz and all that's going to be in there, I'm trying to score S&D, I'm trying to get the bomb down, eliminate players, all that. I pretty much the bait, and then they clear up what I can't get.
Okay.
Which,
So you're the bait.
yeah.
They're gonna tie the bacon to your back.
Pretty
They're
much.
gonna have the
That's a
dog
good
shit
bait.
swinging. All right. Well, either way, you're a good player of the team, so hope to see you again soon. Come on up here. So your name is
Christian?
Christian.
Yeah.
Oh, we got two Chris's here.
Yeah.
So, what's your role in the team?
I'm an assault.
You're an assault.
Yeah, I keep like times and stuff and try
Okay.
to select.
All right. So, what made you go pro?
Well, back in the day, I had this friend named Derek, and he got me introduced to game battles, which is like an online thing. And like I just started playing with that, and then we started watching like MLGs play, like Optic and all them. So yeah, that's how I got into it.
So far, what do you think about the sponsorship that you have so far?
I actually think it's a pretty good sponsorship. I mean, you guys have a nice setup here. This seems like a pretty good local community.
So you like it?
Yeah.
Sit back, relax.
Yeah.
Just have some fun.
Play.
All right.
Cool. Call of Duty.
Alrighty. Well, it's nice talking to you, Christian.
All right. See you.
All right, everybody. That was JPG Royale. They are our sponsored team. We will be supporting them throughout any tournaments that they go to, any events that they go to. At any time, if they are here and they're practicing, we do ask that other players that do come in, if you want to play with the team, please ask either me or another staff member so that way we can talk to them because they're concentrating on their game. Last thing they want to do is mess up in the middle of the game, end up blowing themselves up with their own frag grenade. I'm pretty sure that gets annoying after a while.
It's been done before.
Yeah, okay.
Key monitors punch.
But pretty sure self-destructing is better than getting shot yourself.
Optic ban.
But anyways, that's them. Tonight, we are doing our League of Legends Spotlight. Me personally, I am not a silver player, I'm not a platinum player, I'm not a gold player. I will be showing you how I play Lux. I only just started playing a couple of days ago, so give me a little leeway, a little slack. I'll show you what I know. I mean, for my first time playing, getting a legendary Rampage is pretty impressive, especially with a support class. So I'm going to hop on the computer, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I can do. You can learn a little bit from me, maybe. I highly doubt it. There's a lot of pro players out there. I'm a newbie. I will admit it. I don't know anything about this game, but I do know when to kill something. That's all that's really necessary. So give me 1 second, I'll get you guys started. Alright, so what we have here basically is we have Lux. Now you'll notice that her stats are a lot different compared to Poppy's as of yesterday's little guide. Poppy was more of a close range combatant, more of a fighter tank type build, an assassin if you will. Lux is more designed for your ability and spell power. You want to walk around as much as possible and pick people off as you see. As you see up here on the attack power, I don't know if you guys see that word, probably not, but her attack power is extremely low. Don't expect to do any spectacular things with her basic attacks. Her health is on an average base, a little bit below average. If you get caught by a tank or a fighter or assassin or anything, you expect to get killed. So it's not easy being Lux. Now this is her highest stat, ability power. If you got penetrating ability, magic ability, magic power, everything that can boost your possible ability power, this is great. Especially when they're trying to run away, you just blow them up and they're pretty much done. She is a fairly difficult character to use because you do have to stay behind your main support character. You're literally playing as support. Your attributes here are mage and secondary support. Basically, as a mage, you're doing long-range attacks. You're going to be mainly using all of your spells compared to just regular attacking. And mainly at the beginning of the game, since it says secondary support for one attack, I will show you shortly, it basically keeps people alive. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you is the innate ability. Basically, when you hit an enemy with a special ability, it'll light them up. Afterwards, if you attack it normally, you'll ignite the energy and do even more damage. And this depends on Lux's level, of course.
I'm rushing it.
Pretty simple. Next, we have our Light Binding. This is more of a rooting spell. It doesn't stun, so the enemy can react while you do it. It's great for catching two enemies in the same spot. Personally, I use it just to keep them held in check so I can set up a nice little trap behind them if they try to escape. Probably shouldn't have told you guys that because now you know my strategy.
Back one shot. Back one shot.
As you see, it holds them in place with a circular barrier. Next is the Prismatic Barrier. Give me 1 moment.
I like that.
As I said, the Prismatic Barrier is your support spell. Sorry about that. This is mainly used to keep your allies alive. It's an extremely It's an extremely useful spell, especially if one of your own personal allies are dying and you want to get them out of there as quick as possible without giving the enemy your kill. Very great as a last second escape even for yourself because it gives you 2 times the shield on the forward and the back row. Next is Loosen Singularity. This is a bomb/slow attack. Basically,
I'm rushing trigger.
it's used mainly for crowd control if you're using it against your little piddly creepers. But you can mainly use this for damaging heroes as well. I personally use it to knock out my enemies as they're trying to run away. It's probably one of my most used spells that you'll see.
Coming me.
Let me show you here in a second.
That's 2 piece. I'm sitting by them, right outside my window.
Also, another thing is, I almost forgot, Loosen Singularity is also great for
Just sit
keeping you away from ambushes. If you toss it into the brush, it'll actually reveal your enemy down here at the bottom right hand side. So, pretty useful skill.
Let's see.
Now this is one of my favorite skills. Yes, I know what you people are thinking. I'm firing my laser. Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Anyways,
Makes sense.
moving on. Basically, it's a single blast, kind of like Dragon Ball Z energy beam. Personally, I use it to snipe off enemies who are trying to run away from me and I can't catch them. You do want to lead your target with this. It does an extreme amount of damage.
They go for big sports, guys.
Now you have different types of tips that you can follow. You can follow the basic tips. Personally, I believe Lux is great as a support, and then later on in the game you can use it to start picking off your enemy heroes. I'm not quite sure exactly what you would call it, but we'll leave it at that for now. For what Riot Games likes to say, Lux is one of the zone control characters. You can set up your Loosen Singularity to prevent an enemy advance or an escape. Personally, I use it the same way. If you do have trouble landing Prismatic Barrier, which I don't see as to why it shoots out forward and it shoots back, you can catch your allies twice with it, as well as yourself. Loosen Singularity is a great scouting tool. Me personally, I don't find any use for it because people don't exactly hide in the brush as much as I'd like. And basically, if you're playing against Lux, be aware of her zone control abilities. Try to spread out and attack from different directions because she does hit in multiple different areas and multiple different enemies at the same time. Another thing, if you're retreating with low health, like I said, be expected to get picked off by either her Final Spark or Loosen Singularity. They're extremely useful skills to knock out an enemy, and they are a pointed rear end, especially if you're going to walk right into it.
Cheers.
Now I'm going to do a quick custom game, which is your classic game. We're going to do Summoner's Rift,
I can't get you down there.
5 versus 5.
What was that?
Sorry, password. Now, unlike my friend from the other day, I don't use some weird name. My characters, or my